Kutakuwa na state funerals katika nchi ya Kenya, Tanzania na Uganda, zikifuatana hivi, zikifuatana. Bendera zitashushwa nusu mlingoni katika hizi taifa tatu. Microphone nitengeneze. Bendera itashushwa nusu mlingoti katika hizi mataifa tatu. Lakini,
ladies and gentlemen, as we are all converging in different corners of the country and the world to mourn the passing and the death of the late former Prime Minister and ODM party leader Raila Odinga, some other news are coming into our news desk this evening from Uganda. Remember, a certain prophecy was recently made by a Tanzanian prophet or a Tanzanian pastor, where he prophesied by saying that state funerals will be carried out in 3 East African countries. He named these countries consecutively. The first country was Kenya. The second country was Uganda. And the third country was Tanzania. And he said, these state funerals will be carried out consecutively. And when he said this info, we had just heard the rumor that Raila Odinga had been flown out of the country for treatment in Germany. The people around Raila Odinga, including the Raila Odinga Secretariat, issued a statement denying that Raila Odinga was not sick. And so, we believed and rubbished the said prophecy that was made by the Tanzanian prophet. But 1 week later, on Wednesday 15th morning, we woke up to this shocking news of our time. The greatest politician of our century, Raila Odinga, had passed while receiving treatment in India. And after the news broke out, the country converged, the delegates converged, and a state funeral was announced. It has been 3 days of mourning as the body of Raila Odinga is moved from one point to another for his followers and the people that loved him to pay their last respect to Raila Odinga by viewing his body. Tomorrow being on Sundays when Raila Odinga will be rested in a state funeral where he will receive the 21-gun salute, for he is a hero of this nation and deserves it. Now, the next country in the said prophecy is Uganda, the land of Matoke, the land of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The man has ruled Uganda for about half a century right now. But now we are receiving news that Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is currently hospitalized and is in an ICU. I tell you, it all starts like a rumor. It all starts like an hearsay. But at the end of the day, it actualizes. It comes true. It comes to pass. The news of Raila Odinga's passing just came up as a rumor, just started as a rumor, and then it finalized by us actually being told that Raila Odinga was no more. So it has begun for Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the president of Uganda, is in ICU right now, receiving treatment. I mean, currently Uganda is in a political campaign zone. The mood in Uganda smells of politics. Remember, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is currently as his opposition leader, the opposition leader of Uganda, Kizza Besigye, in prison, in a military prison, where Kizza Besigye is accused of treason and trying to overthrow the government of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. But Mzee Kizza Besigye, who was once upon a time a great friend to Kaguta Museveni, we all know he's just a politician like any other. You cannot pinpoint and tell us that he was mobilizing military somewhere to try and overthrow the government of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. No, but he has been in jail for all this while. Now, as the campaign period heats up in Uganda, Museveni has not made public appearances for the last 3 weeks. It is believed that currently in Uganda, Museveni is using dummies, or let me say mannequins, made in the image of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Sanamu zilizotengenezwa kwa mfano na zinazomfanana Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ndizo ambazo zinatembezwa katika taifa la Uganda wakati huu ambapo kampeni zinapata kufanyika. I mean, it is a strategy that Museveni has learned. He has borrowed a leaf from the president of Cameroon, the longest and the oldest president currently serving, ambaye anavai kwa sasa anataka kuongoza Cameroon for 60 years. Museveni also want to remain in power for all that while. So Museveni has not been seen in public. Instead, he is sending mannequins to go and campaign for him. Wanapita tu na sanamu za Museveni kwa street, then wameweka soundtrack za Museveni akiongea kwa speakers, zinaongea zikikampenia Museveni. That is what is currently happening, ladies and gentlemen. So, us being told that Museveni is in ICU or in HDU, actually we can take it. We can actually think that this is true. And let me tell you, if Museveni wasn't sick, yesterday when the state burial of Raila Odinga was conducted in Nairobi at Nyayo Stadium, Museveni, being a very close ally and a friend to Raila Odinga, couldn't have missed that burial, couldn't have missed paying his last respect to his longtime friend Raila Odinga. Museveni would have been there yesterday. But because Museveni is in no condition to get out of the hospital bed, he did not make it. Instead, the Ugandan government sent delegates to come and represent Uganda in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, the time of tyranny is coming to an end. The time of people that want to rule Africa in the monarchical way is over. Museveni is on his way. Raila amempatia relay. Museveni anahitaji kukamilisha hii relay aipatiane Tanzania. Tunaelewana? The relay will be completed in Tanzania, and that is when the prophecy will actually come true. In Tanzania, President Samia Suluhu Hassan inherited the leadership during the corona period from the late President Dr. John Pombe Magufuli. Magufuli died due to corona thing. And this Samia Suluhu Hassan, then being the vice president of Tanzania, she inherited and she was sworn in as the president of the Democratic Republic of Tanzania. Now, she has turned Tanzania into another anarchical government, where, as we know right now, the opposition leader of Tanzania is a multi-party democracy country. So the ruling party is Chama cha Mapinduzi, CCM, led by the current president Samia Suluhu Hassan. The opposition party goes by the name of Chadema, led by Tundu Lissu. Tundu Lissu is currently in prison, where he was jailed on accusation that he, Tundu Lissu, wanted to overthrow the government of one Samia Suluhu Hassan. The same thing that is happening in Uganda. In Kenya, we are mourning a leader that we love, somebody that we cherish, somebody that we wish God had put him alive for some more days. That is Honorable Raila Odinga. In Uganda, there will be celebration. In Tanzania, it will be ululation. Just a matter of let's wait and see. Mtazamaji, this is the Kenyan Daily Report. What is your take on the current news in regards to Ugandan president being hospitalized and in ICU. You will never live forever. And that is what we tell leaders from every corner of life. And that is what we are telling, by the way, our president, President William Ruto. You will not live forever. And if you won't live forever, then why? Why always fight to try and keep this leadership, or to try and destroy the lives of the people that you are ruling? It's high time you take it into consideration, knowing that leadership comes and goes, but humanity and your character will live forever. And so, exercise humanity. Make your character lovable. Don't be a dictator, for dictators don't last. For now, that's what's up. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in our next video. This is